right. Hi, everybody. Delighted to be here today. Quite funny following an Arsenal talk, because I'm a massive Spurs fan. As champions of Europe, it's quite nice to see, but yeah, hopefully no. But lots of people left, so that was quite nice. So delighted to have you all here for the session. As it says, lead customer success here, XR. For those not familiar with XR, XR is an independent global technology company. So that means we don't buy media or create the content, but our mission is to help support our customers navigating those media and creative workflows, and using the generated data that comes out of that to drive insights to improve business performance. I'm shortly going to be joined on stage by Purbasha, who's kindly sitting in the front row, from one of our favorite customers, Haleon, to talk about all of the work that we've been doing together on usage rights, if you hadn't guessed from the title. And first, I'm just going to give a bit of a brief intro to usage rights for anyone in the room that's not familiar with this space. If we click. So advertising content is made up of elements, and each of these elements require a contract with the owner before they can be used. So examples of these are the talent, the actors that feature within that content, the music that plays in that content, the voice that can be heard, and also the claims like you can see on screen here. And each of these claims, contracts or rights, usage rights, can be classified into three categories, as you can see on screen. So term, when you can use it, it's the actual period of time. Territory, where you can use it, so from a geographic perspective. And then finally, media, how you can use it. So can it be used across socials, TV, broadcast, retail stores, billboards, etc. And all of this is pretty simple to manage if you don't have complexity. But the reality of today's ecosystem is a fairly complex mix. So if you're maybe working with one agency, you produce a couple of bits of content a year, you're probably going to be fine. But the reality is when complexity comes into the supply chain and you're working with an array of agencies, working across an array of geographies, your campaigns are being deployed upon a mix of Meta and YouTube and online retail and so forth, having control of that is imperative. And all of a sudden, that's where your usage rights strategy really needs to be considered. And I'm delighted to say that with Haleon, we've been working on this project for a little bit of time now, where Haleon determined that we needed to bring a bit more control to this space. So what we're going to be doing, Purbasha's come on stage shortly, and we're going to bring to life some of the work that we have been doing. But before we jump into that, a bit of a brief intro to XR, for those that are unfamiliar. So the XR platform is deployed by our customers like Haleon to enable that creative and media supply chain. So there's about 1,200 us globally, some in the crowd, and we're across 35 offices across the globe, fully focused on solving our customers' challenges and really bridging that production and media workflow together, whether we're working with the brands like Haleon or the agency partners like Purbasha, which we have represented here today as well with us, and ultimately trying to bridge that world of production and media so that campaigns can be executed globally with the confidence and at speed to get the best results. So with that, a little bit of a context for everybody. I'm going to welcome Purbasha on stage. There we go. What a welcome.
Hello.
Oh, lovely welcome. There we go.
Can you tell that I actually paid the front row?
It's good work. It's strategy, that's the role. So firstly, I'd say thank you for being a wonderful partner to us.
Thank you for inviting me.
It's great to have you here with us and all the work that we've been doing in recent times. There's a lot going on in the world. So one of the things that I thought we'd maybe kick off the discussion with is, with everything that's going on, what made rights management become a priority for Haleon to solve for?
Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Purbasha. I'm the global process lead for content creation and approval at Haleon. Bit of a story.
Lovely.
So back in the olden times of 2024, yes. Haleon, big company, right? You saw Sensodyne on the slide there, didn't you? Sensodyne, Voltaren, Panadol, big company. We create up to 45,000 advertising materials in a year. And to manage the usage rights for all these 45,000 odd annually, we were using this technical platform called spreadsheets.
Well known.
Thank you. Which is okay. I mean, there's nothing wrong with spreadsheets, let's be honest. But then again, did I mention that Haleon is a massive company, which means, which means it's being handled differently in different markets because, you know, everyone knows that you handle spreadsheets the way you want to. You customize it for your own self, which means no consistency if you went into another market. Not to mention, spreadsheets refuses to send me expiry notifications when my rights expire.
Indeed.
And let me tell you, James, we have had some real-world situations where we have had expired usage rights and very last-minute negotiations.
Yeah.
So pretty painful. So we
Indeed.
definitely needed to make a change.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. Lovely. And so what I'm hearing as well, so it's a matter of getting control of the risk and the potential that can be happening that's going if there isn't control in place.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
And I'd say sort of in terms of unlocking greater value for the business, you started to talk about that. It'd be good to sort of explore that a bit more and some of the other themes that have come through, as well as managing that risk.
Okay, it's a mini story, and there's a lot of confidential aspects to it, so there'll be lots of stories for the rest of the session. So we have actually had one particular advertisement where we accidentally showed the logo of another company. And you would think that this other company would like a bit of free advertising, but no. We had to take it down very quickly. It's so important to have a platform which has all the information readily available in all the markets consistently and compliantly. So, yeah.
Yeah, and one of the things that we've been working on, as I mentioned, we've got our publicists and partners here have been a big component of this solution, as well as another technology provider called ITG that provide the DAM for the Haleon business called Streamline. And one of the pieces that we've done is really connect that together so that the brand managers, that marketing community can be going in to access those assets and ensure that they're using the right assets, and maybe if they have a need to use those assets in a different way, then reaching out to the teams and really bring it all together.
Absolutely. I think this is absolutely fantastic that we have been able to embed this directly into our digital asset management system.
Yeah.
See, again, back in the olden times, if you wanted to traffic an asset into the market, you had to pick up the phone or send an email to the production manager and find out, listen, are my rights okay? Can I traffic this into the market? And what happens if this person is on holiday? You just have to wait.
Yeah, entirely.
Yeah, but now, with this magic green button, it's a...
We do have.
Yes,
there is a magic green button.
Absolutely. It's a magic green button. It's green, and magically, with a single click, it just gives you all the information about territories where this asset is valid, how long you can use it for, who is there in this asset. It's amazing. Love that.
I think you touched upon this idea of data sitting in a vacuum. You've moved a long way away from that. So one of the things that we've understood is it's not just that marketing community that have been able to benefit from that. It's also extended into the other departments as well that have benefited from it, that data not sitting in that vacuum and that silo.
Tell you what, James, we have become the favorites of our audit and IP teams. Shocking if you don't get that many CAPA findings and that many penalties or challenges in the market.
Yeah.
Somehow the IP and audit team seem to love you.
So you've got some friends. You've earned some friends in the process.
Yes, we have made some friends along the way.
And so we've achieved quite a lot. I think there's still a few chapters for us to keep progressing. So in terms of wish list of what the next sort of like 6 to 12 months look like, some of the work that we're progressing on, what sort of favorite on our to-do list?
Okay, we're kind of mid-project right now, aren't we? We are live in half of the world. We would like to be live all over the world by the end of this year, so go us. We're also working on automating this process, aren't we? Entirely. And I know that there are people in the crowd who will be very excited about this piece. So that would be a massive time-saving thing, you know, speed to market. And also we're thinking about AI tagging and photo tagging, something that
we are indeed.
You are the right person to be talking about.
Yeah, true. So data entry is something we'd love to move away from more so in 2025. We're trying to reduce that as much as possible. So we're sort of leaning into some of the AI capability within the business to start to pre-populate information in the technology, reviewing the contracts and so forth, but then also thinking about those assets that are being produced, starting to use AI to establish the relationships between those assets, with a goal of really trying to drive asset utilization, optimizing that production spend, and so forth. So it's we've got a few chapters ahead of us, but exciting times hopefully lie ahead, which is something we're excited about.
Good. So we all know what to come to you for in 2026.
Indeed. I think unless there's any final thoughts, I don't know if there's any questions or anything like that, I'd just sort of say that it's been wonderful working with you and the broader team, and excited to see what the future holds. Thank you very much. Nice stuff.